11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And a good Monday evening. Happy Monday Night Football evening into the Giants. We stomped you out. What's up, everybody? I am Steve. I got a Timmy right on over there.
Greetings.
What's up, sir? How's it going?
It's going. Look at you guys in your fancy white. I can't wear white. One, because I'm a Slav, and two, because I'm fat. I can't wear white. I'm sticking with my gray and my black, and we're good to go.
We do a whiteout, baby.
Yeah, I thought it was the whiteout.
I can't. I have nothing to white out with. Let's just put like a sheet on.
Oh, fancy. This is China.
Oh my god.
Hey, you're thinking racist. I'm not.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was thinking Halloween ghost.
That's what I was thinking. A sheet.
It's a good start to the show. Oh, this is good. But look, at least we have some reason to smile, some reason to laugh around a little bit, this season as opposed, and it's early, obviously, as opposed to the previous seasons we've been on this show. And Dave, appreciate you filling in here.
Always
filling in for the other fine gentlemen. So last week, I mean, we don't usually do a Monday night show, for the previous kind of week. So we're still in week 3, but we're not going to talk about the rest of those crappy teams out there. We're going to talk about the 2-0 New York Football Giants. And so last week, if you rewind 8 days now, if your memory can hold it, who did they play, guys? Dave? Because we had to have you on this week at least, even if it wasn't in a co-host duty here. The East. The Giants played the East last week. Talk about it. What do we got here?
They played the East, and the East did as much as he could. It's not his fault that his receivers couldn't catch the ball. He put the ball where it had to be, but that defense is just too stifling right now.
Oh, that's a very nice thing, and let me turn my attention towards Timmy there to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly from that game against Carolina. What you got, Timmy, for this one? Jen.
Hello, Jen.
Hi.
So it's not the East's fault, but it's Daniel Jones's fault for the same exact thing happening.
Of course, because the East isn't throwing interceptions. He's not fumbling the ball.
Neither is Jones. He had one. Oh, I'm not even going to get into that. We'll get into that later. Yeah. As far as this is actually a very easy one. I don't think there's any really true ugly for this game. I really don't. Which is very
the first time in the history.
Yeah,
this is September 26th. Oh, by the way, happy birthday going out to my brother Stuart. Very happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Also, a historic night. There's no uglies. Nice.
That's right. I don't think it's an ugly. I will say the good. The good is that freaking defense, man. Minus the line. O'Shane Ximines was on fire. He played a career game last week. Career game. Xavier McKinney, Julian Love. I said our secondary is also on fire. That's where all our pressure is coming from right now, and they are just shutting people down, man. I mean, they're bending but not breaking. That's the example everybody wants to use. They are on fire. If our interior linemen can start getting pressure, oh my goodness! And hopefully tonight, with the return of Thibodeaux and Ojulari, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Hell yeah,
because those guys haven't even warmed up yet.
Huge.
So that's the good. The bad was our offensive line, and the entire offense period didn't have it last week. They were struggling. Daniel Jones was running around like a maniac trying to survive. Saquon really didn't have many holes to work on, but he did his best. That line, again, we know it's a work in progress, but they're really going to have to start getting their crap together. And injuries, man, stop. Here we go again with these freaking injuries. I don't know what they're doing out there in the Meadowlands and that stupid bubble, but they got to figure something out because these injuries are ridiculous. And I said as far as ugly, No ugly. No ugly. A couple little bad things, but for most of them, it was a really good game.
Yeah, and just a couple of points, and Dave, again, I think sometimes you take what I say about Daniel Jones and think I'm his biggest fan, but
No,
the
we're not.
the fact, no, I'm not. The
I'm not
fact
either.
is the fact is though, and I mention it because it's still being talked about in the lead up into today's game on ESPN. Swagoo, my favorite, even though he's a former Cowboy, but one of my favorite guys on the network right now. He said when he was talking about Daniel Jones and the Giants' offensive line, he said it's still about survival behind the line. So look, it is what it is, and Daniel Jones is going to wind up likely to not be the guy everybody wanted. But now, but hold on. Now, as we go towards the future, and Daniel Jones has these 185 yard, one touchdown, one interception game. Look right down here at a quarterback who was crowned the next Hall of Fame quarterback after last week's performance against Baltimore. And again, I'm not comparing anybody, but all hail King Tua. It was down here. It was parades down the street. Tua, oh, this is the guy. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Take it to him.
He's top five. Is he better than Josh Allen? Shut up out there, everybody. And then this week, his team won, and he put up 175 yards. I don't remember. I think he threw for one touchdown. He had the one big chunk play where, kind of like Daniel Jones had a couple weeks ago with Shep, you get the big chunk plays. You're not, and it's not a consistency thing the whole time. But in the end, we wanted a franchise quarterback. But kind of like what we always, Tim and I are preaching, you kind of can put any quarterback back there, and they're going to be running for their lives. But it could be a whole hell of a lot better, Dave. That's kind of that's my route. That's my thinking when it comes to Daniel Jones. He's gotten all this opportunity. It's been, though, with several bad coaches, bad regime, basically the worst time in New York Giants history. You're right.
Yeah,
so it sucks, and he might be a victim of that. But it'll suck on the way out. But that's what she said. But go ahead, Dave.
well, I just want to put this out there because you just said Tua, last week. If you put Daniel Jones in that game, you're not telling me Daniel Jones is going for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's just not.
I'm saying Mitch Trubisky threw for 6 touchdowns in a game once. I'm saying it can happen. I'm not saying it's an easy feat, but especially when you're down by all those points, you're chucking. And then when you got guys like Cheetah, we don't have anybody with the speed of a Cheetah or a Waddle. None of that.
Wasn't Tony supposed to be that for us, huh? All that that draft pick,
now he's got a hammy.
We have 5 number 3 receivers. We don't have a number 1. We don't even have a number 2, let alone a number 1.
And it's like, which one is going to stay healthy? I'm honestly surprised Shepard still hasn't gotten hurt. I hope I didn't jinx it, but
don't do it. Man. He's Mr. Reliable right now, man.
But in regards to Daniel Jones, see, I completely agree with you there. Like, he hasn't had the best of luck, with coaches, offensive linemen, weapons. But at one point, we have to stop putting the blame on everyone and put the blame on him as well. That's all I'm saying. Like, his little check downs, sometimes he doesn't even look for the play. It's just like, I already see the rush. I'm scared. Let me check it down a yard, 2 yards away. And it's like, come on, man. Like, hold the ball, control the pocket. At least, like, make a play. When he does make a play, he looks good, like he did with Shep. But it's very few and rare times where he does do that.
And you know what I call catching him doing often, and which is a cardinal sin if you're playing baseball and running back on a ball, is he, instead of looking, okay, so he's doing his reads, going to his left, doing his reads, he kind of looks down on the way over. So I feel like that also he loses sight of the receiver for even a split second in the NFL. And it's the same thing on in baseball. You're running back on a fly ball, you look down and then you try to look back up. After all that bouncing that you're doing, you have no idea where that ball is. It's just and then the lights and all that. So I think that might have something to do with also. But in the end, just like if a manager, a baseball manager, or, an NBA coach, and the team sucks, there's a sacrificial lamb, and this is just like the last domino to fall in the worst point in Giants history, right?
Yeah,
I guess that's just the way to look at it.
Like what we've been trying to say. We say this for 3 years now. Is we don't know what he can do. We don't know, and we probably won't find out this year either. Like you said, he will be the sacrificial guy because we don't have the weapons. We don't have the line. We're not giving the guy a chance. Look, the guy could go to a better team and throw for fucking 5,000 yards next year for all we know. We don't know because we don't know, and that's a bad thing. And the NFL, it's not about that anymore. You got to know now. We want to know now.
Yes.
Can you play now? Are you going to throw that ball now? There is not. This isn't baseball. We're going to develop you. You're number 4 pick, 5 pick, 7 pick. You got to play now, and you got to show us.
Especially New York.
Of course,
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just saying. I want to see that line perform. Minus Andrew Thomas, who was the highest rated lineman, by the way, the first 2 weeks of the season. Other than that, if they perform like Dave, if they performed unbelievable tonight, and he had a pocket and he had time, and he still screwed up, then I'll jump on board with you, no problem whatsoever. But I just don't think he's had the time. He's had the ability. He doesn't have anyone to catch that ball. I mean, they were throwing these practice squad guys onto the field against Dallas on a Monday night. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's just not good.
Yeah, it's like Buffalo yesterday. Buffalo had 5 guys out on defense, including both of their corners, and
started the game, and then throughout the game, those guys just started falling like flies.
Dude,
I poor guys are gonna die out there.
I texted you with Miami Sun, biggest winner, biggest winner of the day yesterday.
Yeah, Seattle has the 12th man, and we have the 12th. Our 12th man is the Sun.
Fucking Sun, man. These guys are dropping.
Tercio, I didn't see this. How can you talk down about your quarterback, Daniel Jones? We're not talking down about Daniel
All
Jones.
the time.
He does. But it is what it is. How about you guys take Flacco? We don't want Flacco. Even though Flacco, who has more rushing yards?
Joe Flacco is great. I'm gonna be delusional like that.
Who has more rushing yards this year? Oh, well, maybe not anymore after yesterday, but I don't think he had many. Joe Flacco or Russell Wilson? The answer to that question is Joe Flacco. There's no cooking going on out in Denver. All right, so right, and we'll later in this week we'll get on sportsmanlike conduct and we'll talk about that. A lot of bore fests yesterday that should have been better. But Dave, you're talking about weapons, and and then also Barkley hasn't been consistently on the field also. But let's talk about weapons here and now. If Shep stays healthy, like you said, knock on wood, and Barkley stays healthy, knock on wood, and that O-line kind of pieces it together and holds it together, is there a wide receiver out there that's a free agent right now that there's going to be a heart thought here and a brain thought here, right? Because we could say Odell, but there's all this, like, what is it they call flirting with the Bills. But then he's like, "Oh, go Giants! That's in my squad." So, but so Cole Beasley's off the list. Not that we wanted him in the first place. I mean, he got tested on that. Tom didn't hold nothing back on that first pass. He threw a bullet at him. You got Will Fuller. There's a lot of health and
Fuller
head case issues.
He's
Antonio Brown.
No,
I don't think Antonio Brown fits in with the Giants scheme right now.
It's just one of those things. Like, if you get a guy like that, like AB is good if you can get the ball down to him, down the field. but are we going to be able to get the ball down to him? Like, give him enough time to get down there. Where I think like a Beckham fits in well, because if he can go in the slot, he could go down the field. He's going to get open. So Daniel Jones just needs time to be like, oop, and give it out to him and then let him go. If, obviously his knee holds up.
Yes. Well, and then Daniel Jones, he needs the time, and he needs to recognize that he has the time. You remember Eli's last couple of years, he had maybe a little bit of extra time, but he didn't know what to do with it because he had PTSD, and he was throwing it when there was nobody around him because he expected it. It's been a rough.
His quarterback's internal clock was broken. It was shattered.
What was this guy? The freaking O-lineman from Miami, man. Flowers.
Flowers.
He's still playing. He's back with the Dolphins, right?
Is he with the Dolphins?
I think he's with the Giants, then the Redskins,
after
Dolphins.
He left New York, he started playing better, because here it was always either he's getting blown by or it's a penalty. And it's like, bro, like, come on now.
And every week it was an ankle for like 2.5 years. Well, and it was and oh yeah, let's go. Let's protect Eli's blind side with that guy.
Horrible.
Poor guy. But I mean, do you guys see, legitimately speaking, do you think that this Giants team gets to a point where Odell says, could I be a difference maker on that team?
I think so. If they have to just keep this up, the defense has to really step up, and then the O-line, I feel like it's really strange. I think normally
that's the biggest
O-line
thing.
Always starts off really slow, but then towards the end of the year, for the last few years, like, they get it together. But at that point, we're already like 3-13, so it doesn't matter. So I'm hoping that it's just sort of starts to trend that way, where we're 2-0 right now. However else the season goes, but at least the O-line progresses to get better, because then that will show appeal. Like, oh look, the O-line's better. They're winning games. They're making a run for first place, even though, man, Philadelphia just looks. Wow. Oof. I know AZ is somewhere there, twiddling his fingers, laughing.
But
he was just here. We had to throw him out.
Oh yeah. He was here. He was testing out his new camera. But that's an example of a quarterback who a lot of people didn't believe in year one. Let me make that, because I saw Dave was coming for me already. Take this huge leap forward. Like I saw today, he's top 3 in pocket passing too. Like, if that dude is that good in the pocket and can do the things with his legs, it's gonna be a long bunch of years of nonsense for us.
He's got weapons. Like, now he got his good number 1 there.
AJ Brown balling out. Not in Tennessee last year.
Well, that shows you how screwed up Giants management's been, because remember Chip Kelly? They tore that team apart, fired everybody. You expected them to suck for the next 5 years. No.
Yep.
Won a Super Bowl. Now they're tearing everything else apart, and look at them. They're right back on contenders already.
Yep.
We were laughing at their head coach.
Yeah.
Deontay, what's up, man? Yeah, let's go Giants today. That's a new name. Welcome into the show.
Welcome.
All right. So the other thing is, the other big thing is that the Giants fans, I think before, as the last regime was, heading on its way out, the Giants fans were less than supportive of the crappy team, pissed off, annoyed, not showing up, all that stuff. Last week was different. I don't know if it was the 1-0 for the first time, and it's that giddiness of sucking for a while, and then you become 1-0. But they were all over. Like Carolina was saying that we couldn't even communicate on the sideline. That's how loud it was. So this is a clip from, I don't know if you guys saw Wink Martindale, and he was talking about the fans. So let's bring that bad boy up here.
Going back and looking back real quickly at the Carolina game, I was really pleased and happy with the fans. When I say they make a difference, they make a difference. It was already quoted. from Matt Rule about how they had a hard time communicating, and I think that the biggest thing is the challenge that I give the fans this week. We expect it to be rocking. I heard it's a whiteout, so I'll wear my white sleeves, I guess. And it should be like an avalanche once they get in that stadium. But it was a great environment, and it's going to do nothing but get better because the fans definitely held up their end of the bargain, and it helps us immensely on defense when they have to go to their silent count and everything else. And that should be the goal every time.
And haven't heard that or felt that in a while. So I hope the Giants, fans are doing their thing out there tonight. I know they're bringing out the towels. They're doing the whiteout. So every fan is going to get a towel. That thing should be lit up and everything. And you know what? Stephen A. Smith. I feel like I talk about him a lot now as being a douche. But Molly on First Take. Molly's a Giants fan. Thank you, Molly. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you very much.
We like you, Molly. We appreciate everything about you. What?
I wouldn't say everything. Molly's got some awful takes.
She's a Giants fan, okay?
I didn't even know she could talk.
I was gonna say Tim's on mute. But
okay, what he says.
But she wanted to take First Take to the Meadowlands today, and Stephen A. Smith is just like laughing his ass off. The Giants. First of all, I can't stand when he does the I'm talking about when he just mumbles, is trying to make a point. But he was freaking talking, say the Giants don't deserve it. They haven't been relevant in a long time. Meanwhile, this guy is like, he was on Jerry's jet and shit a few weeks ago, and his yacht and all this stuff, schmoozing with the billionaire. But anyway,
Cowboy hater, and now what?
Yeah, now he's with screw him, man.
See, that's the difference between if Jerry Jones invited me onto his yacht, I wouldn't go. I'd piss on that guy if I could.
No, you go to the yacht and then you piss on it.
That's true. I'd piss everywhere but the bathroom.
It's that guy. He's like, oh, how do I get worse? With my fan bases. The Knicks are already bad. Let me go to the Cowboys too.
Unbelievable. All right. So a couple of things here. Does it feel? I know there's a feel about certain things like this, and there is a way for this to feel a certain way. Outstanding. We feel fantastic about this team, or about the 2-0 start. But is it fake? Is it a fugazi start, Timmy? And let's. Because now, we looked at the schedule right at the beginning of the season and we made our picks. But now to me, I feel like there's some more winnable games based on the performance of the team the first couple of weeks. You got the Bears next week, and then you got the Packers in London. Who the hell knows? They don't have a wide receiver. They don't have anything at wide receiver. Well, they might have now. What's his name? Dobbs stepped up, the rookie. Well, they're all rookies, but and then you got the Ravens, but then you got the Jags and the Seahawks and the Texans and the Lions. Those are all like seemingly now winnable games, but are we faking ourselves out here, Timmy? What do you think? You think like some of these things could be real and some of these things could be a little fugazi? Fugazi. Hey, it's a whatsy. It's a whoozy.
Hang on, my computer is getting crazy here. Okay,
Don't
I'm back.
get crazy.
Yeah. Look. I would love to sit here and say we're going to go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl and we're the greatest team in the world. No, because the offense is still struggling. Yes, they said they're winning. They're doing just enough to win, and that's not a team that's going to go make a playoff dance. It's not going to last all year. But we should enjoy this 2-0. It's been forever since. Now, if we win tonight, first of all, you're beating the Cowboys. You're 3-0 for the first time since 2009. Yeah, we're going to enjoy ourselves. Then you got a Bears team. You got all these other teams, like Texans we could possibly beat. It's going to be a fun year. Are we gonna go win the division? No. Are we gonna make the playoffs? I don't know. I'm just
Well,
saying.
Too
I'm just
early to
saying.
tell.
Yeah, I'm just saying the offense right now is still a huge question mark. And last week
Yeah.
we saw that. I mean, Saquon kind of kind of quieted us for that first week because he just did what he did. Last week we kind of saw that that line does not perform. Saquon's not doing nothing. Jones ain't doing nothing, and our practice squad receivers definitely ain't going to do nothing. So I don't think we. I think we should be happy we're 2-0. I think we should be happy that we could win 8-9 games this year. But I mean, let's pump the
So,
brakes a little bit.
do you think it's
Yeah.
a fraudulent 2-0?
No, no, because our defense came to frickin' play. Martindale's got them ready to play, and they did it without. The reason I say that is because they did it without Ojulari and Thibodeaux.
Yep.
That's why they're here to play. Our secondary is playing fantastic, and and our linebackers aren't playing that bad. If our defensive line, like I said before, they're stopping the run okay, but they're not getting any pass rush. If they start rushing the goddamn quarterback, we're gonna make noise. We're gonna make a lot of noise on defense. Now it's time for the offense to show some huevos, like you guys would say down there in Miami, and fucking do something with themselves.
Now, don't you think that then we should have probably picked up, a JPP or something or someone else to kind of help out there? JPP was out there, and
Went to the Ravens.
Well, I think Thibodeaux and Elijah are our guys that are gonna be that pass rush. So I think they don't have the money for that yet either. I don't think they want JPP back anyway either. So save that money for
I think he's more of a veteran guy to add to the line.
If we win tonight, if we go 3-0 and we beat the goddamn Cowboys, I don't care who the quarterback is. If we beat them, I think we're gonna sign T.Y. Hilton or bring back OBJ or something along those lines. Because now it's like, holy shit, we are 3-0. We do have a shot to be a contender. We got to get Daniel Jones some freaking help out there to catch that ball.
Yeah, because then you got two teams at 3-0, and the Cowboys and the Commanders at 1-2. So Dave, Timmy, you mentioned playoffs. Is there a potential for playoffs? So let's play this game, Dave. Can the Giants make can we make the playoffs? Okay, so let's look at the locks in the NFC. Locks: the Eagles, the Rams,
the Bucks.
The Bucks. Expectations. These are locks, and then there's expectations.
I guess the Packers, no, because someone from that division has to get out of there, and most likely it's going to be them.
Right. Because the Bears are 2-1. That's a fugazi. That's a fugazi. You're gonna fugazi. That's a fugazi.
Minnesota is a bunch of choke artists.
2-1 also, but the Packers, right? And then after that, these are some of the teams. You got the Vikings. You got the Saints. You got the 49ers with their quarterback stepping out of, but he's taken them there before.
Doing an Orlovsky. And
you got the Giants, Cardinals, Panthers. No, I'm desperately trying to find 7 teams here.
East is making it.
Detroit's
they want it.
Detroit's going to rebound.
The Yeast is my Detroit. Detroit is my Yeast.
Detroit's
so
more
there's
talented.
a path. There's definitely a path.
That's right. I don't think they're
legitimate.
It's like what Timmy said. I don't see them winning the division, but I can see them making the playoffs. I absolutely can.
Yeah, you got the we talked about some of that schedule. I ended up with the Lions. Then you go to Dallas. You probably got Dak back that's Thanksgiving. Then it's back home against the Commanders, home against the Eagles, back on the road against the Commanders. Then they play the Vikings on Christmas Eve. Then they're back home for the Colts. I mean, these are some winnable games. Matt Ryan looking like a corpse the first couple of games.
Matt Ryan might be dead by then.
Oh man! All right. So, what are you guys thinking about the whiteout jerseys? I read that everybody's got to complain about things like that. It's a lame thing to do, and it's it's something that you would never expect. I saw somebody say you wouldn't expect the a franchise like the Giants to stoop to something like this. But what do you mean?
Why?
It's
That's
a
so
Monday night game
silly.
against your rival, and
It's
they're
like-
2-0 for the first time in forever.
Yeah, but that's the color rush. Colors. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
That's the color, and they want the crowd to wear white. What's the big deal? Puff Daddy does it all the time. He's got white parties every other week. Who cares?
I think that's silly. I like the Heat. I know they started doing that
Yeah,
years
do the
ago.
white
When
out.
they go to the playoffs. They do the white hot. They did the back in black. They one time did the red zone where everyone wore like a certain color. That's a good way, join your fan base and get it going.
Look how
against the other team.
80,000 people all in white with
that's
with
insane.
towels.
I think that's something silly for someone to pick at. Come on.
They need to find something. But
The Giants fans are having too much fun. They don't know that they suck.
Yeah,
the last
stop it.
6-7 years.
Yeah.
Oh my! But
have
didn't
it.
a line used to say the Giants fans were the worst fans ever? Did he used to say that?
Okay, no, I don't know why he said that, but it's come on. Look at the Miami Dolphin fans after yesterday's win. So obnoxious. Just hearing them, I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, Gil.
Yeah.
No,
All right,
It's something they haven't experienced in a while, so it's go ahead.
leave us
Why not?
alone.
Have fun. First of all, sport. This is about having fun. Yeah. What about the Steelers with the terrible towel? They have a name for their towel.
Yeah, but
They
it's not
call
like
the Rowdy
it's not like the
Monkeys.
Giants. The Giants went out and got a brand new jersey just for today, and a new
everybody's
colors.
doing it.
And yeah, they have a color rush. That's their color rush freaking jersey. So why can't we join in? Why can't the crowd wear? What's the big deal? Like I said, I don't own anything white because I'm fat, but here I am. I'm gonna wear what I gotta wear.
Rick says 3-0
Rick.
tonight. Bing bong. I like it. All right. It's that time. Let's go around here and let's talk about scores for tonight's game. What do you got for a score? I will say on the NFL Live show, two people picked the Giants, 2 people picked the Cowboys. Swagoo was one that picked the Cowboys, a homer. And what's funny with Swagoo? He said that whole thing about survival behind the line for Daniel Jones, like he was protecting him. He's coming up with an excuse. And then as the show was ending and they were all talking smack, they were like, "Well, what has Dak done?" He was like, "What has Daniel Jones done?" It was hilarious. He was being political on the show, but then when somebody tried to say something about it, he went off. But what do you got for the score? Terzio says 23-14 Dallas.
Was that the score of the Jets game? What was?
Yeah, the Jets won a game a couple weeks ago, and there's a parade down Broadway. They just win a game. They bring out Broadway Joe, and the commercials start coming out. And everything.
Doing his. What does he do now? What does he do? The old people, the AARP commercials. For Joe Namath.
Wait, he used to do the Wiz, right?
Yeah, he used to do the Wiz.
He's
Nobody
got to do
gets
the
the
I've fallen and I can't get up soon.
Asper cream, all that kind of crap. Hemorrhoid medicine, all that stuff.
Terzio said, "Stop the BS on my Jets." Nobody beat. Oh, it was him and Phil Rizzuto.
Yes.
Holy cow!
Yep.
I like Phil Rizzuto. That's old time Yankee. I can that voice. I used to hear it all the time from my dad watching it. All right, Timmy, what do you got for a score?
I am going to say 24-21. Big Blue.
I'm not putting my.
24-21.
Not going to write anything down.
Big games by our returning defensive players tonight.
Let's do it. Dave?
I got it 23-17. Giants.
You did pick the Giants. And just looking at the picks from last week, I had a whole. Saints, Texans, Chiefs, Bills all let me down.
Well, I think me and Timmy switched up on a couple of picks. I was going back and looking at it. I was like, wait a minute, I picked it.
Really?
Texans? I thought I picked the Bears.
Well,
online.
Timmy texted me about the Lions, so I
was
switch
on-
that.
on-
And he was very honest.
Honesty screwed me. I could have just let that ride. And
So I am going with the Giants. I'm going 24-20, New York Giants. But I shouldn't have to do these things, but I feel like Daniel Jones is like a little brother by now. But this Cowboys team, this Cowboys defense has held both Burrow and Brady to under 200 yards passing. Now, as I said before, if you get me those 185, 200-yard passing games with a touchdown, minimal issues, and the defense steps it up, and these two, then I'm all good. You know, just be a game manager. That's what you need at this point. And if you do your thing and you somehow, you know, become Dan Marino, then that's it.
I mean, it'd be a lot
right.
for the man to do since, you know, I mean, me and Timmy talked about it. Monday Night Football is just, it's not the Giants game.
Yeah,
if Wack was playing, I'd be saying I would probably do bunker right there, 31-14 Cowboys, because
freaking bunker.
It's Monday night game. We suck on Monday nights, but I'm hoping this is the week that we actually win a Monday night game. Because then, like, holy shit, we won on a Monday. Maybe we could win on a Thursday. Maybe we could win on a Sunday night for once. You know,
take it easy on Thanksgiving. That's
look real quick. Thursday at 9:23. 9:23 will be the reveal of the White Rabbit on Raw. Remember that 9:23.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
White Rabbit. But Bunker, make sure you watch our unsportsmanlike conduct later in the week. We're going to talk about Rihanna in the Super Bowl. You're doing the Super Bowl halftime show. I definitely want to get your reaction from that. But between the Monday night, Sunday night, Jinx and Daniel Jones just not performing very well at all on primetime games. Watch your mouth, Dave.
Wait, wasn't it on Thursday night where the man had an 80-yard trip?
Hey. That was a long way. That was a long way. Hey. That's 8 fantasy points right there. Then they said, and they scored. Then they scored on that drive.
They scored
Damn
on
it,
that drive.
Dave.
We
Still scored. All right. I think that'll do it for this week. The game is coming up in just about a half an hour. We're all picking the Giants here. Let's see if anybody picked the Cowboys. Producer Joe picked the Cowboys, and I'm sure Kyle picked the Cowboys. Kyle picked the Cowboys.
He's been really quiet this season, hasn't he?
He's been quiet since he moved to New York. New York got him.
New York swallowed him up.
New York got him. That's it.
He don't know how to act no more.
No, because, I mean, last year when they were winning and it was like, yeah, you know, first place Cowboys, we got this, Dak, we paid him. No, he was talking.
Those damn Cowboy fans, man. They don't ever know how to act. All right. So that'll do it for us this week. Let's do round robin. Any closing remarks for all the Giant fans out there? What they should have put us up on the big screen at the Meadowlands.
Should've.
How about that for a pregame show? But 21-14 Cowboys says Terzio, you already picked this score. Didn't you? You said 23-14. Now you said 21-14.
He's mad.
The score's going down. The score's going lower.
We'll get better. The spread is.
He's mad. Sergio gets mad very easily. Then he starts rambling because he gets very upset when we talk about Joe Namath. Now he's getting really upset with us.
No, the Joe Namath stuff was bad.
So wait, boss, what is the spread for this game? Who's favorited? Who's not?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Money?
Let's see.
That should be the set.
How about money on this?
Steve's money lock.
Steve's money lock is not happening. This is a tough game, like all around.
Another one game, Dave. Your favorite.
Another -1. How were there 3 of these last week? And then it makes sense when it happens. How many of these there were? Especially
Dude,
the Sunday Night
Vegas
Football.
knows. Vegas knows.
Vegas does know. It doesn't make any damn sense. Well, look, people. I think it was Bill Simmons today I was listening to. They talked about, they were like, you know, I'm not accusing the NFL of rigging a game, but if they were to rig a game, the Chiefs game is how they would do it. You get screw up on the opening, you muff the punt, you just find any way to get down, then you can't come back. And that what was the game the other day that really screwed people up on their bets? The fumble at the Pittsburgh game, the Steelers game, at the fumble and they were doing laterals at the end.
Yeah.
And they were so Najee Harris fumbled the ball, so that's a -2 for fantasy if you're talking about that. Somebody else lost 6 receiving yards, which caused the over/under to happen. And then, of course, the spread on the game, everybody was happy with, they covered, and then they go in for the touchdown, and it's like, that's it, you're done. It's all over. But I got the Giants in this one 24-20, so I'm going to say that they cover here. It's a 1-point spread. I don't have any of the over-unders on the rushing and all that stuff.
Look how angry Sergio is for no reason.
What did you say?
Look how angry he is. Seriously. He gets very angry very quickly.
And you weren't even the one. I was doing the Broadway Joe stuff.
He gets very angry.
Don't get angry.
We're not talking, Sergio. We're not talking smack about anybody. We're hoping our team wins tonight.
Yeah, and we respect Hoboken Joe. I mean Broadway Joe.
Yeah. I don't respect him at all. But okay. What do I always
and
say?
by the way,
Flash Gordon, greatest Jets quarterback of all time. Fictitious. Fictitious.
Flash Gordon. The Manning cast is back tonight, so you know exactly. I ain't watching Joe Buck and
No, because they just hate the Giants and they don't try to hide it.
We talked about this, and then Timmy was on the fence. He's like, "No, I need to hear people actually talking." I was like, "Do you really want to hear Joe Buck and Aikman just
because usually
how good the Cowboys are?"
Yeah, usually I need a play-by-play. Like I need the actual, because Mannings don't do that. They just talk.
No.
Yeah. Like, no, I need that play-by, but now it's like, oh no, it's the Cowboys and the Giants. No, Mannings tonight definitely.
Terzio said Joe David did something that your quarterback will never do. The current quarterback would not wear a fur coat.
What the guarantee? So what? Babe Ruth
The
did
guarantee.
It.
Hey, you don't know
Messi
this yet.
Did it.
Plaxico Burress did it.
Plaxico Burress did it.
Black's playing defense.
Exactly.
And listen, you never know. The Giants could, maybe Daniel Jones is not the starter next year. Maybe he's the backup, and the Giants win the Super Bowl next year. He's gonna get the same ring that Joe Namath got in 1969. All right, let's go around the room here for final thoughts. Here, Timmy.
Let's go Giants, man. Look, this is always a big game. I hate them Cowgirls. I hate them. So I just want to win. Just give me this one. 3-0 is a nice ring to it. Then we'll see what happens after this. But yeah, I can't stand this team and their fans. So that's all I'm going to say.
Kyle.
Yeah, Braves. I'm just doing that because Sergio. That's all I'm saying that.
Braves are up 2-0. All right. It's got to make it difficult. Dave, what you got?
No, I'm hoping we get this 3-0. Everyone out there support. White out except for Timmy. He's got the exception. And yeah, I mean, who else is still 2-0? Just the Dolphins?
And the Eagles.
Dolphins, Eagles are 3-0.
Dolphins, Eagles, Giants. I mean, hopefully, if the Giants do go 3-0, they make it out of, someone's specific, power rankings. Somehow has an 0-2 team higher than a 2-0 team.
Would you take the Bengals or would you take the Giants? I mean, if you're
I'm taking the 2-0
team. This is these types of things on the internet. These are not nice. I don't appreciate it at all. Don't do it.
Yes, I got that too.
Did you? Of course. Yeah.
I got that too.
I got one.
I got that from a Redskin fan.
My cousin sent me that.
Commanders.
Because he's a Dolphins fan, my cousin, so he sent me that.
I saw one that was before last week that all the 2-0 teams and everyone's like going in, so you see like the Bucks, the Eagles, and it's normal hands, and then you see a Teletubby hand, and it's the New York Giants, and everyone's looking at him like, "What are you doing here?"
I don't care, man. Screw them.
I don't care either. I'm enjoying it. It's been a while.
And we haven't enjoyed this in so long. It feels good. It feels good to talk positive about our Giants.
It's been we tried to a couple years. Was it last year or the year before when the Redskins or the Commanders won by
when the Eagles screwed us out of a playoff spot that year?
Yes, douchebags.
We'll get
you just made me angry, Dave. It just came all back to me there. All right. That'll do it for us tonight. We'll keep you posted on all the happenings of the New York Giants in the group. Get set to watch the game, get the grill going, get the orders in, get the beers going, a little bit of whiskey, and let's go New York Giants. Please, please, please. 3-0, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I want White Castle.